Guys know how I do it for the daily check-in. Of course, I do it daily, or I try to do it daily. I did not do it yesterday. Yesterday was, in observance of yesterday's holiday, the 4th of July. I didn't do it yesterday, so please forgive me. But I was out, I was cooking, barbecuing, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't have time to do it yesterday. So it was more family time than do this yesterday. But hope you guys had a great Fourth. Hope it was safe and sane. Is that what they call it? Safe and sane. You had a good time. You ate lots. You drank a little bit, and you just had a lot of good family time. So hopefully that was the case for you. And happy Hump Day. I love saying that. I love Wednesday. But I do these lives every day. I try to do them. Let me back up. Try to do them every day, Monday through Friday. Time. Yeah, I'm tinkering around with this noon time, just to see, how many people you can get at that time. People come on and people that listen to the live or whatever. And I know it's in the middle of, some people's work day and things like that. I understand that. So, but let me turn on the chat. So if you want to make comments, because this is interactive, it's always interactive. I welcome people to make comments, to, questions. Hopefully I have some answers if you do have questions. If not, I'll make something up. Um, but no, but feel free to make your comments, and so we can engage. That's what it's all about. It's all about the engagement and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you have questions, comments, please feel free, or just at the very minimum, hey Russell, I'm in this city, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. What the hell you doing? This sucks. Whatever it is. You can do what you want to do. So, but anyway, so as you can see, this is maybe you didn't know that this is the Level Hotel. I always talk about the Level Hotel because it's one of my sponsors, right? And this is this is a one bedroom suite, right? For people that don't know about Level is downtown LA, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites. As you can see, there's a full kitchen, refrigerator, there's a washer and dryer. All the rooms have balconies, as you can see right there. They're priced just like a regular hotel, whatever that is, downtown LA. And there's something else about them. Did I say 1, 2, 3? Oh, 700 square feet. Okay, so the minimum is, so this one right here is a one bedroom, 700 square feet. Your typical hotel size is between 300 and 350 square feet. So this right here, boom, stop. That's your typical hotel right there. This has a separate bedroom, has a separate office, as you can see right there. And then, like I said, it has views of the city downtown. All of them have balconies. So there you go. So that's Level Hotel, downtown LA. So there you go. Okay, now I have to let people know about this, right? So on Friday, I'm doing this. Like I said, I do my daily check-ins. Normally, I don't have guests on the daily check-in, but guess what? I'm gonna have a guest on the daily check-in. I'm gonna have Ms. Stacia Harvey Rando. She's the VP of Black Women of Hospitality. She's gonna be on the show. We're gonna talk about. Well, she doesn't know what we're gonna talk about. I don't think I gave her a question. We're gonna talk about, but she's gonna be on, right? So Friday morning, like at 9 o'clock, which is like I think noon their time, I believe. So she's in Atlanta, so she's gonna be live in Atlanta. I'll be live here in LA. So yeah, we're global. We're not just national. We're global. But yeah, so she's gonna be on, and we're gonna talk about Black women in hospitality. Some of the maybe some of the challenges she had. She's a HR. I want to say she's a director of HR now, director of human resources. Some of the challenges she had moving up, and what Black women of hospitality. What does this stand for? How they trying to help people? We'll find a little bit more about that, and we'll find out about Stacia as well. So make sure you guys tune into that on Friday. I'll talk about it again tomorrow, but on Friday at 9 o'clock here in California, 12 o'clock on the East Coast. So that should be interesting. That should be fun. I've never met her before. Okay, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be all good. Next, you guys always know I have an agenda, right? Always have an agenda. So first and foremost, this is the 4th day of the hotel worker strike here in LA, right? So are they any closer to getting to an agreement? No. they're like this, okay, just like this far apart from what I understand. So no, they're not in, they're not closed. But just remember, not all hotels in LA are, because I've been getting calls and people texting me and all this stuff. Well, does this affect every hotel? No, it doesn't affect every hotel in LA. Some of the ones that are union, some of the larger hotels that are union, and even some smaller ones too. But some of the hotels downtown are involved in it as well. There's 15,000 employees that are represented by this particular union. Not all of them are on strike. A good percentage of them are, but not all of them are on strike. So, but from what I've seen, with with the guests, yeah, I think the disruption or maybe the noise because they are beating drums and things like that. Which hey, whatever, that's fine, cool. I think that's the disturbance. The services within the hotel. Um, I hear some hotels they're running short on towels and things like that. Probably just not even clean them. They don't have a proper staff. There's certain things you're not gonna get done, right? So some of the amenities, from what I understand, you may suffer because of that. But for the most part, everything is almost business as usual. Okay, like I said, there's some things that some hotels don't have or they're lacking and things like that. But hotels are not closing, reservations not being canceled. So just so you know that if you are planning to come to LA, no one knows how long this is going to last. It started 4 days ago. Like I said, I'm not sure where they are, but from what I understand, they're not close to any agreement. And each hotel does their own negotiation with the union, right? So one hotel like Westin Bonaventure, they avoided this whole thing, right? Because they last Friday, over almost a week ago, they signed a contract. They signed an agreement already, so it's not affecting them at all. So their workers are working because they came to an agreement. So hopefully some of the other hotels do as well, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. No one knows how long it's gonna last, but that's what's going on now. But just for people that that are watching that are like, oh, I got a trip coming to LA. Is this gonna affect my stay? No, no, it's not gonna affect your stay. At the worst case scenario, you're gonna have some people demonstrating in front of the hotel. Yeah, they're gonna be some noise and things like that. But hopefully the rooms are soundproof. They're definitely not inside the building doing it. Okay, it's outside on the street. So, and at the worst case within the services, from what I understand, some of the amenities may suffer. Some of the, if you order more towels, you may not get them, or it may take time to get them. But that's what I understand is going on. But I was watching the news interviewing guests, and they said the same thing. They said, we understand. They understand. They're on the side of the workers, and they understand. That and they made reference to the noise and things like that. But once they left the building, right inside the hotel, there's nothing, no demonstration going on inside the hotel. So you don't have to worry about that. And like I said, don't worry about they're not letting you go in the building and things like that. That's not happening. That's definitely not happening. So there you go. So if you still have your reservation in LA, come on, we need you. So there you go. So that's that for the 4th day of the strike. The other day, I think was that Monday? Yeah, it had to be Monday. I talked about trade show protocols, right? And I said I was going to post it. Well, I didn't post it yet, and I'm going to post it, but let me just go over a couple things. What was a trade show protocols? I got a couple phone calls on this too. They're like, "Oh, that was great for you to put that information out there." Hopefully hopefully more people know about this, or they use something like this, or maybe they don't think about it and they're actually doing some of these things, and that's fine. So, there's certain things that you want to do when you go to trade shows, and I'll just name them again. Prepare in advance is 1. 2 is dress professionally. 3, bring in essential materials. It's like business cards or your collateral or whatever, your tchotchkes or whatever the heck you're giving away. But in lieu of a business card, if you don't have a business card, you can use your iPhone. Blink, go to your app store, Blink, BLINQ. Okay, download it for free. You can put your name, your name, your photo, your information, all your links, like to LinkedIn, to if you have a website, your email, all your social media information as well, your social media links and all that stuff. You can do all that stuff and a photo of you, right? So you can do all that stuff for free on Blink. So just in case you didn't have a business card, you can do that, and it creates a QR code for you. Okay, so if you don't have your business card, use Blink. It's free. I got something the other day. Somebody sent me something. Guess he thought he was sending me something. He was like, "Oh, there's a electronic business card." It's like a card, right? But what if you lose that thing? So I'm like, dude, I got this thing on Blink that's free. But this was like $20 to $30. Okay, I'm like, why would I spend $20 to $30 when I get the same thing for free? So there you go. And you can email it too. So you don't have to be close to them. You can just email them. Give them an email address. Boop, and it pops up with the photo and everything. It's kind of cool. So check out Blink, BLINQ. Okay, it's on the App Store. So check that out. So just in case you run out of business cards, or just you may want to use it anyway. That's what I do. Okay, so bring essential materials. 4 is develop an elevator pitch. Okay. Engage in network. That's what we're there to do, right? Number 6 was attend seminars and workshops. If they have them available, attend them. 7 was utilize social media. A lot of the shows have the hashtags, like you're there, make sure you do hashtag, Russell Hotels, blah, 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 whatever the hashtag is. Use the hashtag, then people can see that you're there. And also the people that develop the hashtags and see that, oh, he's supporting or she's supporting us. There you go. That's what you want. 8, follow up promptly. Once you make these contacts, that's when the work starts. When you get back to your office, that's when the work starts. It begins. So don't think that you went to the trade show and got some cards and things like that. Well, that's it. Oh, gosh, that was it. That was tough, man. No, you got to go back to work. You got to go back to your office and start working. Call these people, email these people, send them the information that they requested, following up on their potential meetings or whatever conversations you had with them. Make sure you take notes. Make sure you have like a separate little notepad or whatever, almost sticky notes or whatever. That's what I would do. Number 9, maintain relationships. You building this relationship, you have to maintain them. Now, that means phone calls, emails, or maybe you see them at another trade show and you remember them and you go up to them, right? So whatever that means, make sure we do that. Okay, so those are things for the trade show, right? Now, I will post those because, of course, there's more in depth. I'm just scratching the surface on what those are, but it's a whole paragraph for each one. And I'll make sure I post those here on LinkedIn by end of the week. And then the next thing, with that, using LinkedIn to research potential clients. Now, hopefully people do this already, and I'm just preaching to the choir, you know what I mean? But something tells me that I'm not just preaching to the choir on this one. So one thing about when you go to these trade shows, so this kind of piggybacks on that other topic, going to the trade show and doing research before you actually go to the trade show. Who are you meeting with? You should know who you're meeting with before you get there, right? So find out information about them. And a lot of times their information is on LinkedIn. I'm going to say, for me, 99% of the people have a LinkedIn page that I meet with. So I just go on LinkedIn and figure out who they are. Then that way you can bring up things that they do or that they've done, where they worked or whatever. And they're like, oh, he did his research. You know what I mean? So that goes a long way. Because believe me, with me, it does. When they mention that, oh, you do not eat, you don't eat meat, right? How'd you know that? You will only know that if you've done your research. So that's either on my LinkedIn page or they looked at my website. Because I talk about that all the time, right? I don't eat meat. So that's something that's me, right? So make sure that we are following up on those things, okay? That we are doing research, and LinkedIn is a great place to start. So I'm gonna go over, I think I narrowed down to 5, okay? So 5 things, 5 steps how LinkedIn can be used to research potential clients. I can't even speak today. What does it say? Using LinkedIn to 5 steps. 5 steps of how LinkedIn can be used to research potential clients. I got it out. Okay, number one, and I'm not going to go through all of it, I mean, completely. This is a whole paragraph as well. Number one is identify your target audience. Yeah, you can do that through LinkedIn, right? Determine the specific characteristics and criteria of your ideal clients. You can do that. You can put that in the chat box. Number two, advanced search and filters. Utilize LinkedIn's advanced search feature to find potential clients based on the criteria you have identified. Number three, you can even do by location. You're going to put, I want all companies in LA, that are hotels. Boom. You can do that. So any companies that's on LinkedIn, anyone that has hotels in their keyword search, right? So anyone that's linked to a hotel, it will pop up. But then you're going to have to dive deeper into it to get actually the list that you want, right? To get the information that you want. Number three, profile analysis. Once you find potential clients, thoroughly analyze their LinkedIn profiles. Pay attention to their professional background, current position, job responsibilities, and any relevant experience. You need to know that stuff, right? Especially if you're trying to get business. 4, engage with content. Take the time to engage with your potential clients' content on LinkedIn. Like, comment, and share their posts to show interest and establish rapport. See, it's not a one-way street, okay? Because some people think that, I can just go up to someone and say, hey, what do you do? And you're going to get business from them. Well, no, that ain't how it works, right? You have to engage with people. Even in real life, you have to engage. People are not just going to give you business just because you ask for it, okay? They have to see that there's something in it. You're acting like there's something in it for you, right? I mean, they don't want that. They have a problem that they want someone to solve for them. You're the problem solver. So if I'm a meeting planner and I have, potential meetings that are going to be in, 3 cities, West Coast, East Coast, and in the South, right? So that's a problem, right? How am I going to solve this problem? Because I got to find these hotels. Well, you are the problem solver. As a hotelier, you're the problem solver. You're trying to solve a problem for me. Well, how can you do that? Okay, so, and it takes time to get to that point, but people want to see that you're there for them, not just there for yourself, okay? And people can see that on LinkedIn or any other social media platform. Just like in life, right? So engage with content. Take the time to engage with your potential clients' content on LinkedIn. But make sure you like, comment, and all that kind of stuff. Make sure the stuff is relevant and makes sense too. Don't just be, oh, this was great. What was great about it? Explain what was great about it. Personalized connection requests. When reaching out to a potential client, send personalized connection requests that clearly communicate why you want to connect and how you can provide value to them. It's about the value, right? Remember, they have a problem you're trying to solve, but you may not know what their problem is until you start engaging in conversation with them. And you can do that via LinkedIn. Okay, I'm a big proponent of LinkedIn because back in the day, there was this app called, it was a startup called Smart Layover. Okay, some people were probably like, oh God, what happened to that app? That was a great app. But anyway, I was on the ground floor. I was kind of a consultant on this, right? And we were trying to get hotels to participate in it. So it was like a third party, okay? But it only specifically was for, at least the premise was, layovers, people that were having layovers, like airport properties, right? So that was the first, that's how we started. So I was trying to find airport properties, but I just didn't want to find them here in the United States. I wanted to find them internationally. So I used these same tools on LinkedIn. And this was over 10 years ago, okay? So LinkedIn has become more powerful now, but this was 10 years ago. And I was able to find hotels throughout the world that were willing to participate in this. I got hotels here in LA, but the majority of them were in other countries. My first hotel that I got was the Hilton at the airport in Was it Paris, France? Yeah, that was the first. That was the first hotel that I got, and it was all because of LinkedIn. I would send everything on LinkedIn. I would reach out to them, engage in conversation, let them know what I was doing, solving a problem that they had, right? Because a lot of airport properties have the same kind of problem where they are unable to capture the people that didn't plan their trip, right? They didn't make reservations, or maybe these people were officing out of their rooms, right? Maybe they had late flights and they needed a place to office or to shower and things like that. So Smart Layover app it would give people a block of time. It was not like, okay, I paid for a hotel room like every other hotel does, right? It was a block of time. So 0 to 4 hours, 4 to 8 hours, 8 to 12 was like a full-time rate, right? Whatever the regular rate was, that's what it was. But the 0 to 4 was like 50% off of whatever the rate was, right? So you're able to save money, and a lot of times, like salespeople use these, like business people, salespeople, because they were traveling out of whatever that city, but it was going to be late. Maybe they had appointments and things like that. Maybe they just needed to leave the airport to take a shower and then go back to the airport and catch their flight. Whatever the reason was, it was a block of time, which was unique. Okay, so I was able to get 100 hotels using LinkedIn. Okay, so it does work. You just have to work it. Okay, don't let it work you. You got to work it. So there you go. And somebody out there is probably asking, hey, whatever happened to that Smart Layover thing? Well, Smart Layover later became Hosteeva, Hosteeva. Kind of like it's a knockoff of Airbnb. So it's kind of the same kind of thing, shared living arrangements, that kind of thing. So that's what Smart Layover became, Hosteeva. So there you go. So look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. And you can look up Smart Layover, I think. I think you probably can look at smartlayover.com, even though it's been forever. I think I'm probably still on that page. Check it out. Let me know. But anyway, I think that's it. So I just wanted to come on, like I said, do these lives. The lives don't have to be that long, right? But I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah, before I leave, Level Hotel, right? Got to talk about the Level Hotel. And, I mentioned all this stuff about Level Hotel, but I didn't mention that they offer that Russell of Hotels rate, ROH23. Just go to stayinglevel.com, put in the promo code ROH23. You get the rate that I would get. Okay, now it ain't going to be free. Okay, everybody like, oh, you talk about $3.99, we can't get a free room? No, you can't, because I can't get a free room. But you can get a discounted rate, okay? You can get cheaper than anyone else can get. So there you go. So check it out. So I think is that it? So just remember on Friday, let me get back to that. Friday, Miss Stacia Harvey Randall, Vice President of Black Women of Hospitality, will be on. We're going to do, I don't know how long it's going to be either. So it can be long, it can be short. I'm not sure. We're going to see. But it depends on what she wants to talk about. What we going to, you guys know I had the tendency to get people going on these conversations, right? And it's a conversation, not an interview, right? So it's a conversation, two people that just met, and we're going to talk about hospitality. We're talking about Black women of hospitality. We're going to talk about how she got in the industry. It may even turn into did you choose hospitality or did hospitality choose you? Remember that? Okay, I haven't done that in a while, right? It may turn into that. So it can be part of daily check-in, part of did you choose hospitality, did hospitality choose you? And then just part about, her ascend in the hospitality space. So because no two people got into it alike and no people ascended the same way. So we're going to find out exactly what's going on, what went on, and how we can avoid these things, how people coming behind her or us can avoid some of those pitfalls. So there you go. That's it. Once again, Russell of Hotels. I do this daily check-in. I try to do it daily. Okay, time unknown, but I'm trying to do it closer to like noon or something like that. So anyway, until then, and remember, you guys can always make comments, because that's what it's all about. It's about being interactive. So you guys have a great day. Happy Hump Day, and we'll talk to you again. Peace.